I asked them to switch off the light so that you can sleep happily, but without snoring, because you are all tired, I know. Huh? So beautiful brothers, beautiful sisters, beautiful organizers, all of you are beautiful. I am also beautiful. Above all, mangroves are beautiful. So I am going to talk on mangroves for climate action, biodiversity and sustainability, adaptation and nature-based solutions. Climate change. Climate change is a global emergency. Air is unbreathable. Heat is unbearable. The era of global warming has ended. The era of global boiling has arrived, according to UN Secretary General. And the climate change is a national emergency. India experienced extreme weather events on 93% of the days in the first 9 months of this year 2024. 93% of the days in the first 9 months of this year, India faced extreme weather events, killed thousands of people, affected 3.2 million hectares of the cropland. Who was the first person to demonstrate climate change? Can you tell me that? Don't worry, who is none other than Lord Nataraja. Can you switch off the light? Just you look at the Lord Nataraja, is the first person to demonstrate climate change. So he has fire in his hand, lot of fires around and indicating global warming. And you look at the stature and a person, human being is suffering, human suffering. And he is smiling happily and he is telling, stop carbon dioxide. Stop carbon dioxide. And he is telling, adapt to climate change. Dance with the tune of climate change. Dancing. And you have to mitigate by developing a green wall-like structure around you. Now you ask, what green wall structure we can have around? He says, mangrove species. Because in the Lord Nataraja temple in Chidambaram, the Sthala Vriksham is mangrove species being worshipped. So Lord Nataraja is telling mangrove can provide the potential solution for this climate change. Mangroves are the only blue carbon forest, can provide the nature-based solution for global warming. In India, mangroves contribute 99.9% of blue carbon stock. That is 67 trillion gram carbon. The green payment is 80,000 crores. And the social cost is 25,000 crore. So because of this value, the mangrove restoration and conservation should be of top priority for climate action. But we should have proper biodiversity assessment. We should not replace high biodiversity by less diverse plant species. And there are research gaps. Microbes. The microbes are playing vital role in the mangrove ecosystems. But unfortunately, the studies on microorganisms are poor in our country, throughout the world. Especially anaerobic bacteria playing vital role in carbon sequestration. But we have to do a lot of work on this aspect. Yesterday, somebody was telling the salinity is the reason for mangrove degradation. You know why? When the salinity is increased, the available nutrients will be reduced and the beneficial microorganism will also be reduced due to poor microbial, the count. The growth of the mangrove is also stunted. So microbial study is an important aspect. Flora, the species variation, the litter production is fueling the carbon stock. And the health of the flora, fauna, benthic organisms. The role of fauna in carbon sequestration, we need more studies. Benthic organisms, especially crabs, are the keystone species. And pollinators like honeybees, and they are very important to be studied. Carbon fluxes within and between coastal ecosystems have to be studied. In India, we don't have much work on groundwater and pore water characteristics. So these studies are very important. Can you identify this beautiful person? Myself only. This is the most beautiful picture ever taken in my lifetime. What I have done is, somebody is clapping, I'm very happy. Had I known earlier, I would have brought my wife also. Excellent. What I have done is, I traveled all through the mangroves of the country, compiled plants, animals, microorganisms, and the compilation is highest record of biodiversity. 5,745 species to be present in mangrove ecosystems of this country. No other countries in the world have recorded so many species. Hats up to our Botanical Survey of India and Zoological Survey of India and the scientists and the university scientists. Remarkable work they have done. Please give a big hand to our scientists. Marvelous work they have done. You see Sundarban, we should feel proud of our Sundarban. The mangrove wildlife paradise of the world is Sundarban, supporting globally threatened species. The largest single block of mangrove forest in the world. And you see most beautiful tiger. And the Sundarban is the only tiger mangrove kingdom of the world. Fishing cat, Gangetic dolphin, estuarine crocodile, horseshoe crab, water monitor lizard, river terrapin and what not. Pitharkanika. And mangrove, Pitharkanika is the mangrove plant genetic paradise of the world. There is a small island called Kali Banjdia, which has got 74% of the mangrove species of this India. So wonderful place for genetic resources. We have to identify such genetic resource centers in other parts of our country. If you go to Gujarat, the whale shark is the charismatic species we have. Unfortunately, you know, the Heritira foamy Sundari herself is disappearing in the country. I am talking about mangrove species, Sundari. And the Sonoracia griffithii, these are globally threatened species. And in addition, we have 14 other species. So we need mangrove species recovery programs in the country. And Indian mangroves are globally unique. We have 4,992 square kilometer, around 5,000 square kilometer, 3.44% of the global mangroves. One among the top 10 countries, India is, as far as mangrove is concerned. If you see the West Bengal, the largest 42% of Indian mangroves present. It is wet and humid. The Gujarat, second largest, 24% of the Indian mangrove cover, but arid and hot. And these two mangroves are located in the high energy coast. And the tidal wave is 4 to 7 meters, high energy coast. Andaman Nicobar, third largest mangrove cover, 12%, but it is experiencing the natural calamities. So 78% of our Indian mangroves are present in the inhospitable adverse conditions. Still they are extensively growing. That is the uniqueness of Indian mangroves. So the opportunity is we can go for the genetic clone selection for the stress tolerance and then we can multiply these genetic clones in these areas. Just look at West Bengal. No significant increase in the past. Recently, from 2019 to 21, only 2 square kilometer increase. And in Gujarat, minus 2 kilometer square decrease, increasing trend, but recently decreased. Andaman, declining, now no change. So in spite of all these things, in India, everybody is telling mangrove cover is increasing. I am also happy India mangrove cover is increasing, but quantitatively increasing, but not qualitatively. You see the mangrove density and plant composition, it's not good and favorable changes. If you take 2019 and 21, 17 square kilometer increase of mangrove forest cover in India. But if you look at, the density of mangrove forest, only the open type is increasing. Open type with less than 40-degree green cover is increasing. All the dense types are decreasing, declining. How can you say it is an increase? It's a quantitative increase, but not qualitative increase. We have to be careful with this increase. Mangrove conservation and restoration is concerned. Natural regeneration. This is very, very important. It should be given the top priority. And this natural regeneration will protect the existing forest. Biological diversity will be maintained, and much of the ecosystem service will be obtained if you go for the natural regeneration. Hydrological restoration. It ensures the free flow of tidal water by connecting water flows, desilting new canals. And it improves the natural regeneration, increases the fish resources and carbon sequestration, hydrological restoration. This is the second preferable, technique of conservation and restoration. And the last one is planting. I don't like planting. The planting should be community-led restoration, because the community-led restoration will be only successful in the long run. So planting, massive planting, ghost planting, indiscriminate planting, often a failure. Preventing the natural regeneration. The right species in the right site helps in natural regeneration. The people are talking about how much of area I planted, how many plants I planted, 10 million plants. That is not right. Survival is more important than the area planted and the number of seedlings planted. Genetic diversity is absolutely nil in this country. We are not doing any genetic breeding exercise. And we are not going for genetic selection. Even in the collection of propagules, we are collecting from the same site, same plant. Very unfortunate. At least 10 meter, minimum 10 meter distance, we have to collect the propagules from the individual trees. Genetic diversity in planting. So the planting should be converted into community-led restoration. Then only it will be successful in the long run. Where to plant? Unfortunate. People are happily planting in the seagrass bed. Avoid planting seagrass plant. Mudflats. Mudflats is the mother site for birds and other benthic organisms. We should not plant it in the mudflats. And you should plant mangroves above the mean sea level, and the site should be inundated at approximately 30% of time by tidal waters. 70% of the time the site should be exposed to the open area. So the massage is required. The regular soil massage is required for mangroves in the ratio of 30 is to 70%. So that you must have that thumb rule. Very important socio-economic ecological benefits. If you want to maximize the socio-economic benefits of mangrove ecosystems, you link mangroves with coastal ecosystems and upstream waters. This hydrological connectivity, will increase the productivity of the mangrove ecosystems. We are only concentrating on mangroves, not bothering about seagrasses and coral reefs. They are brothers and sisters of mother mangroves. We should bother about seagrasses. And the fresh water is bringing lot of sediment and nutrients to the water. We are constructing dam indiscriminately, not allowing the sediment and nutrients to the mangrove forests. The freshwater fish, eel fishes are coming to mangrove waters for breeding purpose. Due to the damming, the breeding is affected. And you see 90% of the marine animals complete their life cycle with the help of mangroves and other coastal waters. Young ones are coming to mangroves for feeding, breeding and nursery purpose, and the larger one will go back to the deep sea where they are getting married without any caste, religion, dowry, and releasing the young ones. Young ones are again coming back to mangrove water. This life cycle is continued. We are not bothering about the connectivity. If you don't concentrate on the connectivity, the productivity will not be there. So this is a very serious matter. In India, we have wonderful management strategies: promotory, regulatory, and participatory. Promotory, we have identified 38 mangrove areas. Management action plan is implemented. But other than the 38 areas, they escape from the protection. Regulatory, if you have 1,000 meter square mangrove area, 50-meter buffer zone, 50-meter buffer zone should be maintained. And participatory community involvement, we need to give strong focus on participatory management. We are talking about the involvement of the local people and a participatory approach, but we are not giving much importance to participatory management. Community reserves should be increased in this country. Then successful models are available in this country. No other countries have got so many successful models. Maharashtra model, Gujarat model, MSSRF model, Kannur model. So many models are available. To my knowledge, the best model is Maharashtra model. In Maharashtra, all constructions in the mangrove areas within 50-meter radius is prohibited according to High Court order dated 6/10/2005. And mangrove cell, excellent concept mangrove cell. It was established in 2012. The fund is coming from the wildlife clearance project. 2% of the project cost is going to mangrove cell. They have crores and crores of money now, and they deposit the money in the bank. Whatever interest they are getting, they are spending it for the activities of the cell. They don't depend upon the government. The financial sustainability, you can see with this model. The same model should be followed in all the union territories and states for mangrove conservation. This is my submission. You have economic valuation. Economic valuation of the ecosystem service I have worked out for mangroves of our country. The value is 17 lakhs per hectare per year. This is the value I have worked out. Of course, this value varies with people. Business people, the evaluation will be different. A marine biologist, the valuation is different. It is biased valuation. But one thing is, the product should be marketable. If the products are marketable, then the economic value is reasonable. So regulating service 67%. I found the oxygen release is 3,900 kilogram per hectare per year oxygen. See the value, flood protection, erosion prevention, water quality, carbon sequestration. provisioning service, fisheries, timber, feeble, fodder, honey, medicine, supporting service, 2% biodiversity conservation, and cultural service, 3% tourism, education. We have to, manipulate these economic valuations for better sustainable, sustainability. Thanks to Government of India for giving MISTI. Hats up to MISTI program. And we are going to increase the mangrove cover 10,800 hectares per year for 5 years. Allotted money 3,049.4 crore in the last budget. Now I have worked out the economics. This economic benefit is 16.4-fold greater than the money allotted in the budget. So more money can be provided. Raghavan, just note a point of it. More money can be allotted for mangrove conservation. The very recent program, Government of India, is Green Credit Program. Green Credit Program is the latest program, Government of India, Ministry of Environment, Forest, Climate Change. According to this Green Credit Program, the purpose is incentivizing the environmental action. Sir, I am planting mangroves, sir. What is the use, sir? I don't have any pocket money, sir. Without pocket money, what can I do, sir? Now the Government of India is giving the pocket money. If you plant one tree, one green credit. One green credit, you will get it. But minimum trees per hectare is 1,100 trees must be there. So green credit, you can get the token and then you can sell it in the market, domestic market, you can earn money. In this program, mangrove conservation, restoration also added up. Thanks to Ministry and also Government of India for the nice program, the Green Credit Program. Carbon Credit Program is other thing. Now Green Credit Program we have for incentivization. Excellent model. Hats up to the mangrove breakthrough. This mangrove breakthrough is a global initiative and an excellent roadmap. You please follow this roadmap. I like this roadmap. See, the objective is to protect and restore 15 million hectares globally by 2030. So, objective of this breakthrough is 15 million hectares of mangroves protection and restoration in the world by 2030. The investment is $4 billion US. The investment is $4 billion US. The ecosystem service benefit is 700 billion. See, investment 4 billion, you see the benefit is 700 billion. Mind it. At the same time, you want more financial return, you can go for mangrove positive business models. Mangrove positive business models you can develop, suiting to your conditions. Suiting to your conditions, the people around, you can plan for, this mangrove positive business models. Say, for example, blue carbon. Of course, in Kenya, the first place to demonstrate blue carbon. I used to visit quite often. 4 times I visited. Very successful model by women folk there. Then ecotourism, fisheries, aquaculture, oyster culture, crab fattening successfully demonstrated in mangrove waters. Agriculture, aquaculture, silviculture, let us integrate all the farming, duckery, pickery, poultry, aquaculture, agriculture, integrating model, halophyte cultivation, embankment construction, beekeeping, fodder, medicine, nurseries, and wildling, planting, timber, and water purification. So we can develop mangrove positive business models. Now 4 billion investments, 1/3 is coming from commercial sources, and 2/3 is coming from philanthropic development and public finance. And in the 15 million hectares, 8.6 million hectares are the existing mangroves, natural mangroves for conservation. The rest of the things, 0.8 million hectare, to restore half of the recent loss, then 0.02 million to halt the deforestation loss, and the 6.1 million, for the protected areas. So this type of model, we can have it for our country. Very shocking news. Please don't get any heart attack. Very shocking news I am telling. Some May month, the last day of the May month, this report was released. Myself and Selvam, we were the authors of this book. 250 scientists from 44 countries. What we say is Sri Lanka, say South India, Tamil Nadu, Maldives, they are having the critically endangered mangrove ecosystems. And 82% of the mangrove area will submerge in South India, Sri Lanka, Maldives in 2060. And 1/3 of the world mangrove ecosystems will be severely affected by sea level rise. And 25% of global area will submerge within 50 years. This is a very serious problem. We have to find out solution for this. Now I am telling you, when the sea level rise is there, being the intertidal forest, the mangroves will move landwards. The landward migration will take place, only the space is available. If the space is not available, then the landward migration will be prevented because of the man-made structures. So we need to focus more on the spatial planning. The coastal management needs to consider the spatial planning because the sea level rise. Another serious issue, my dear friends, this is the serious issue. This is a serious issue of heavy waves, winds, and in Thailand, Philippines, Indonesia, it is successfully demonstrated to have permeable structures. But we never tried in our country these permeable bamboo structures. If we have the permeable bamboo structures, it will facilitate the sedimentation and the natural regeneration will take place. So this technique we can follow it up. Engineers have got greater opportunity because ecological engineering approach for coastal protection is very, very important. Soft and hard hybrid engineering, green and gray hybrid engineering, building with nature. In Vietnam it is proved, sea dike with 100-meter mangroves intact for 50 years. Sea dike without mangroves damaged by waves in 5 years. So mangroves reduce the annual maintenance cost. So we need more ecological engineering approach for coastal protection. Youth power is mightier than any other power on the earth, from my experience. The youth is not careless, they are careless. Youth power is not useless but useless. If you focus the youth for mangrove conservation, our mangrove conservation will become successful. We have to ignite the minds of the young people. That is what we have done in our department. My colleague Professor Balasubramaniam is here, and we have established a mangrove forest with the mighty power of our students. When I involved only boy students, mangrove plantation was a failure. When I involved my boys and girls, plantation program was 100% successful because of that, that emotion. The emotion behind mangrove restoration was something remarkable. Even in Pondicherry, Ariyankuppam, Yeshuri, if you cross, you can see the fantastic mangrove forest developed by our students. Tsunami came, thousands and thousands of people died, but the people lived behind the mangroves developed by my students. Lives were saved. And these people rushed to our department, prostrated in front of us, myself, Professor Balasubramaniam, prostrated in front of us, crying out, it is because of the mangrove forest developed by your students, our lives were saved. After hearing this, I felt as if I got Nobel Prize for the mangrove research. This is the Nobel Prize for the mangrove research. That the youth power is great. But unless otherwise we understand our youth power, involve the youth power in the conservation activities. Marine bioprospecting, nobody talked about marine bioprospecting. Marine bioprospecting has a greater scope and such of high value products, high value chemicals and high value genes. And when we talk about blue economy, we should also think of mangrove bioprospecting. Protect mangroves, mangroves will protect us. Save mangroves, mangroves will save us. Let us have a vision to see, bigger to act, heart to care, Mother Nature, have future, be the best, best of the best, only best, all the best. Thank you for the opportunity given to me. Thank you.
I request Dr. Rupesh Bomia to kindly felicitate Dr. Kathiresan.